Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Good morning driver, London is just waking up as you're getting underway. You're working the 0614 train service 435 to Moorgate. You'll be calling at all stations to Harrow on the Hill and then fast to Finchley Road, then all stations onwards. Please prepare your train and allow passengers to board. So, as you see, we are back in the S-Stock. We are back at Uxbridge. I'm just quickly going to start setting the train up. Master key on. Forward. Do we have a handheld number? No, I don't want to do that. We don't. I don't know what it would be. I don't know. There's a scenario with 936, so we'll go with that. Sod it. 44123. I don't know. What was the service number? Service number 435. Confirm, and the destination is Moorgate, semi from Uxbridge 209. Confirm. Right, that's nicely set up. Now we can release the doors.
This is Uxbridge.
And there we go, announcements. Yes, we are running the enhanced version of
this
the
is Enhanced Metropolitan Line train to Moorgate. The next station is Hillingdon.
Cool. Yeah, we're running the enhanced version of the Metropolitan Line today. So yeah, that should be fun. Basically, yeah, there's a new version. Well, I said a new version. There's an enhancement pack. In essence, what they've done for the Metropolitan Line. And it's quite cool, to be fair. They've done some good stuff with it. There's nothing really to be seen here, I don't think, apart from the trees. Now, I'll come on to the trees properly in a bit, but yeah, the trees are interesting. Cool. Doors are closing. 35 seconds, I believe it is, before they close to trap in the heat. Which is nice. Right, oh, we're ready to go. Okay. I'll close the doors. Hopefully you can hear me alright as well. I've done a few sound tests. So hopefully they've come up alright. Let's get going and I'll explain. So yes, brand new enhancement pack for the Metropolitan Line from Just Trains. Basically, they've sort of overhauled certain aspects of the route. They've added a couple new scenarios, and I'm going to go to 15 mile an hour because the front of our train is beyond that speed board. So while the game doesn't recognise it, we're technically not speeding. Yeah. So there's new features. There's new assets in the game. These conductor rails will change, for example. The track textures change. These the guards in between the I can't think what they're called now. Top of my head. I should know what they're called, but I don't. Cool, we can go up to 50 now. Yeah, the guards over the rail are there. They're there. If you're wondering, them things are there just so they lift the shoe off of the rail. Because if the shoe's hanging off, for example, then it's just going to go smack into the rail and rip the shoe off the train and probably damage the point work as well, which of course is not what you want. So yeah, that wouldn't be fun. So yeah, they've added them. There's new buffer stop models, which I should go and see. It's hard because I've got my oh, there's actually no buffer stop here, but it's a sand trap, which is awesome. And you can see the new buffer lights as well on there. So I'm sure we'll see some of the buffer stops later. The new models for them. Ooh. I've never noticed that before. That's quite cool. Yeah, the big thing as well, or another big thing, is that these trees have all changed. They used to be the Just Trains models for the trees, but now they've changed them for the old DTG Academy trees. Oh, ground textures have changed as well, while I remember it. Now, the thing with the trees, I agree with some people that the trees are not right, the Just Trains ones. They are a very funny colour. They're a bit too light, really. However, in my opinion, with the exception of the new ones from DTG, the Just Trains trees are a lot better than the DTG ones, and that's because they've got a lot more polys to them. They look a lot more tree-like, whereas these ones, they're a bit rounded. I think what they've done is they've like modelled a few balls, DTG, and then they've put a leaf texture over them with holes in it. I don't like that personally. I've always sort of disliked the closed trees from DTG. So, but yeah, but now, yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the new trees, of the DTG trees. And
This is Hillingdon.
Just Trains have come along and they've changed all the trees out, which takes out a requirement, I guess, of their
This is
trees.
Semi-fast Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Ickenham.
But in my opinion, they don't look realistic. They don't look good at all. I really don't like them. There's much better trees out there than them. So, do you know, I would have much preferred to have seen some new tree models as opposed to because they've got some new trees. And they look even better, to be honest. Just Trains. Oh, also there's a new model here which looks amazing. Might I just add? I love all the glass work, and yeah. It's a little bits of weathering, and yeah, I love this model. They did a really good job with this one. So, close the doors. Although the doors did just get there just before I pressed close, but you know, whatever. Let's get going. Yeah, no, the model for Ickenham, for Hillingdon, sorry, is really good now. I'm well happy they've done that. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be bits I've missed. You can look at the notes. The enhancement pack is £10. Is it worth it, in my opinion? I've driven it a little bit before recording this. Is it worth it? Yeah, I reckon it is, to be honest. My first thought when they did an enhancement pack was, oh, brand new sound effects for the S-Stock. Yes, that's what we really need. No, it's more an enhancement pack for the route as opposed to the train. The only thing that it enhances on the train, really, which I will come to in a minute, is, of course, the announcements that you keep hearing. They're all automated. They're not part of the scenario scripting. Of course, they'll only work on the Metropolitan Line because of the way they're scripted into the train, but they are part of the train and not the scenario. So, so yeah, that's just a note sort of thing. If you want to use announcements on any other route in the S-Stock, you'll have to script them yourselves. There is a tutorial on my channel. Yeah, I guess I'll say it. I am planning on redoing the tutorial at some point, make it better, because it's a bit of a mess, let's be honest. If you've watched the tutorial, and to be honest, I really ought to, because it's one of the most consistently watched videos on my channel to date. It honestly, it gets consistent views. It's strange. People love it. So so yeah, I really want to redo it and make it better. A lot of people have used it, and like people in the community have sort of said, "Oh yeah, I've used James 37's tutorial." So I really need to do a better job on it, which now I probably could do, to be fair. So you know, I shall get that done at some point when I get a chance. It's fitting it in that's the problem, of course. Trying to get a chance to do it. Also, can we appreciate this stop, please? That's almost perfect. So yeah. Anywho, where was I? Oh, I was talking about the value, wasn't I? Before I went down the rabbit hole of the announcements. Yeah, we'll come to the announcements. And how they all work and stuff. But yeah, the enhancer pack, I don't think it's too bad for value for money. You get quite a lot of stuff done to the Metropolitan Line, and it does look better for it, let's be honest. The trees, again, I'm not happy with the models. My original thought was, you know, if they're going to do the trees, then that's fair enough. However, I want to see an improvement in frame rate. The improvement in frame rate has not come as part of the tree enhancement pack. The enhancement pack with the changing the trees. Personally, I think that was a mistake. Well, I say a mistake. I can't really say it was a mistake because there might not have been a lot they could do about it. The frame rate on this route is abysmal. They need to do something about it. They really do. We all know that, though. If you've watched any of my videos or anybody else's videos, they need to do something about the frame rate. This is not just me trying to record and play the game at the same time. This is genuinely how it is. Maybe I'll get another couple of frames if I'm not recording, but beyond that, nah, it doesn't. Also, I'm getting dumps in London as well, in central London. My game's dumped a couple of times. I think I've had it dump around Farringdon today, so we'll see if that happens. It may happen at the end of this. I don't know. Yeah, the route looks nice enough. I do really wish, though, that they'd enhanced Ruislip Depot, because Ruislip Depot's awful. I know that probably sounds a bit mean, but I appreciate them putting it on there. I'm not saying that. I do appreciate them putting it on there. But Ruislip Depot's awful. It looks nothing like what it does in real life. So they could have done something with that. I mean, I know it's not a part of the
next station is Ruislip.
It's like, you're going to drive all the time. It's only for specific scenarios. I understand that. I appreciate that, you know, why they've left Ruislip the way it is. But I would have really liked to have seen an enhancement of Ruislip. Because the depot looks nothing like what it does in real life. There's the wrong number of carriage sheds. There's a wrong number of carriage sidings. There's tracks where there shouldn't be tracks. There's car parks where there shouldn't be car parks. You know, there's quite a lot to it. Also, remember the approach controls along this section of the track. I stopped way too early there. So, this isn't good. That's not the way you want to stop. Oh well. But yeah, remember there's all approach control signals down this bit of track, so if you're coming in and not in service.
Metropolitan Line train to Moorgate. The next station is Ruislip Manor.
If you're coming in not in service, you're going to need to slow down to 10 miles an hour before you pass each station. And remember, you got to do it by this little box down here. This little box down here is what controls the signal. As long as you're doing under 10 miles an hour, by the time you go past that, the signal should clear. And if it doesn't clear, you've either gone over 10 miles an hour, or there's a train ahead of you and you're going to have to wait for the signal to clear. So yeah. But no, overall, for the work that DTG, I'm so used to saying DTG because the train's in Wild, but I'm forgetting. It's not DTG, it's Just Trains. For the work that Just Trains have done, yeah, I think that £10 for the Enhancement Pack is actually a reasonable amount of money. It's pretty good value for money. I'm pleased with what they've done. So you got a thumbs up in my book, Just Trains. Good job. Like I say, there's still a few bits that need to be done. Ruislip Depot's well off. There's a few bits at Ruislip Station that are wrong. Hillingdon. I imagine all the stations have probably got little nitpicks with them, but you know, the point is we have the route. And let's be honest, I said this from the start, Just Trains did a really good job with the Metropolitan Line. You know, they did much better than the likes of DCG ever could. So, you've got to give them credit where credit's due, you know? They're just minor things I'm picking up here, you know? The S-Stock works absolutely wonderful. I wouldn't have the S-Stock any other way. Maybe some of the modelling is a tiny bit off. There, for example, there only seems to be two underframes. Seems to be the A and the B car, or the DM and the MS1 that have been modelled. Sorry, not the M1, not the MS1. Golly. Yeah, no, they only seem to have modelled the underframe for a couple of them. And I noticed the other day that even the well, I noticed a couple of things the other day, but or yesterday, whenever it was. But the Come on. This is because I'm trying to talk rather than concentrating on the stopping. Yeah, the MS cars actually don't have shoes on them, which is a bit of a shame.
This is a semi-fast Metropolitan Line
that's an M2. Yeah, it is. Oh no, hang on. Wait, this one does.
East Coast.
Huh. Huh, I was looking at a train the other day and it didn't have... Unless that's an S7 problem. Maybe that's an S7+1 problem. I think I was driving the S7+1, so... that might be what that is all about. Also, I noticed the AI's... the AI of the S8s have bits of texture baked over the bogies that aren't actually there. And I agree with removing some bits, but they don't have shoes, you know. I would have kept the shoe model at least. Get rid of everything else. Yeah, strip all that off, sure, no problem. But the conductor shoes I would have kept. And also, probably rebake would have been helpful. Because they're just black bits. I'll show you one when it comes to it. But yeah, if you look at the underframes for these trains, that's different. That's different. That's the same. That's the same. This is the same but flipped. This is the same but flipped. This is the same but flipped. And then this is the same as the front car. In fact, actually, you know what? I think they're all the same. I think they're all physically the same. And they're not the same in real life. Again, it's minor nitpicking. To be honest, the average person doesn't really care about the underframe. The other real question is, do you care about everything being modelled properly within the, like, underneath the train? That's the real question. If you let me know, I don't know if I can do a poll. If I can do a poll, I will do a poll. I can't you can't do them in YouTube videos now, can you? They've got to be outside, and I don't think I can community post yet, so... But yeah, just let me know in the comments, if the sort of proper underframe modelling, especially like the bits that you can't see, you've got to like look at them. Is that something that interests you, or would you rather not have it? And like sort of give a reason. Do you not like it because it just wastes time making the model, or is it more a performance thing? Like is your game going to sort of see a specific performance? Have you ever noticed performance issues when there's more bits modelled on something, and really you don't need them, sort of thing? Because personally, I've never really noticed a severe problem, apart from trees. Trees are the only real thing. If there's like one or two objects in the world that are like modelled to a bit of a higher standard, I've never noticed an issue with them personally. Maybe, oh, okay, it did clear. If the approach control doesn't clear for you, you can always press tab, and it will let you go without having to reset the trip clock and do the scat time and all that.
This is a Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is
Rayners Lane. So, yeah. Anyway, now we've talked about the S-Stock, which, like I say, basically not changed apart from the announcements. I guess it's time we have a word about the announcements. Now, the announcements are actually not run inside the game, from inside the game. They're actually run from a little sort of file. It's just a scripting program called Just Trains S-Stock Announcements. Way, creative name, I know, you know. But basically, the point is, if you bought the Enhancement Pack and you really want to have the announcements running, don't do what I do. Don't do what I did even, and kind of just jump into the game expecting it to start talking to you and then it to be just completely silent. No, don't do that. What you've got to do, you've got to go to your desktop or wherever it's installed the program. Mine was just on my desktop. I didn't change any of my settings when I installed it, so you know, in fact, it auto detected my train sim install, I think, as well. So, but yeah, mine was just on my desktop. Go to your desktop or wherever it's installed to, and launch this Just Trains S-Stock announcement thingy. But I believe you need to launch it before you launch the game. Now, the one thing I have noticed is this program, this announcement program, scripting, does seem to like to crash on me. Now, maybe it's just a problem local to me, maybe somebody else has seen it, but it does seem to like to crash. Which isn't fun, because obviously if that crashes, you've then got to restart your entire game just to get it working again, if you really want the announcements. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you've got to have it open before your game is open. I've tried it before. I've opened it afterwards, and the game's just not responding. It's recognised that TS has started, but it's not recognised that I'm driving an S-Stock. It might be that maybe you can just quit to main menu and then restart the scenario, like save it or something. But even after saving, I've like restart the game completely and loaded up a save, and it's not triggered the announcement. So, you know, I don't know if that's a problem with the program, or if I'm doing something wrong. I don't know, but it doesn't seem the most stable program. But the point, of course, is that we have announcements on the S-Stop, and they do work as they should do. When they do work, they do work.
The next station is Rayners Lane. Change for the Piccadilly line.
Like so, it knows it's at Rayners Lane. It knows it's coming into. It knows to change for the Piccadilly line. You know, can't ask much more for it. I'm pretty sure they're also like snippets, so it actually sort of puts the announcement together as it should. So basically, if you don't know, they don't record when they record for trains, and they install the announcements onto the system on the train. They don't actually record everything, and like, we are now approaching this station. We are now approaching this station. We are now approaching this station. They actually record "we are now approaching" as one separate file, and they'll record that in multiple different sort of tones of voice and that kind of thing. And that's fun. These haven't illuminated, and I'm on the marker. Is that a problem, DCG? Just Trains, sorry. Is that maybe a marker slightly out of line? I've stopped correctly anyway, so it's all that matters. Oh, excuse me. Right. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So yeah, they'll record like, "we are now approaching," and then they might record, "we are now approaching," and then "we are now approaching." So you've got different tones which you can say it in depending on the context, and then they'll record the stations. So it'll be like, and obviously you've got like some stations where you terminate, some stations you don't. It looks like half of my train's scripting's broken because only 6 of the coaches open the doors here, unless of course the rear 2 coaches are out the platform, but I doubt it. So yeah, you'll have like Rayners Lane, or I guess the Underground's kind of the same throughout, but like if you got a station that's terminating, it'll say it's sort of, so it's at the end of the sentence or the middle of a sentence, if that makes any sense. So if you get a National Rail train, they'll say, I don't know, calling at Finsbury Park and London King's Cross, and then they'll say Finsbury Park. It's slightly different. I don't know if that was a great. I don't know if I'm coming across. Am I coming across? I don't know. I'm going to stop talking now. So yeah, basically there'll be different announcements, and then what the train does, it knows where it is. It then rearranges these recordings into the right order. And I don't know why I waited for the rear of the train to pass there, because I could have gone. But yeah, it arranges all these snippets of recording into the correct order in order to put together a announcement, and it tells you where it is. So it's a real person recording it, but it's a robot putting the announcements together. So you know. Also, I've just noticed I've got a little desktop departure board. I don't know if you've ever heard them. Just search desktop departures. Basically, though, it's a little departure board that shows real life services. And I think I forgot to mute it before I started recording the video. So that's fun. I'll mute it as soon as I've stopped at West Harrow. I'll do that as soon as I can.
The next station is West Harrow.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
So, but yeah, see, even this little thing I got on my desk, desktop departure, that does it as well. It's recorded all the different stations, and I might not stop here. Let's release the dead man. Okay, we should stop. Lovely. Come on, you can do it. And stop. Lovely. Let's quickly do that.
This is West Harrow.
Port configuration. Yeah, you can't see it. That's good. Just double checking you can't see it. See my details and all that, you know. That wouldn't be good. Well, it might be for you if you want to, like, mess with my board, but I don't want you messing with my board, please. Please don't mess with my board. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, okay, so the sounds are off. I couldn't remember if I'd got them on or off. I've got my headphones on and I can't normally hear them through my headphones. So, but it looks like they're off. So that's good. That was lucky. Oh yeah, I've turned them off the other day, didn't I, for something? Okay. So yeah, they should be alright then. Right. So yeah, that's, like I say, with the announcement sort of mashing up, that's literally what this is doing. That's what this is doing. It's mashing up the all the different sound effects it has in order to produce an announcement that tells you where it is. So it actually works as it should do. It takes the snippets of audio. Now I've not actually found when the snippets of audio are recorded to, like the save files for them. But that doesn't matter for now. But nice if somebody can come along and get some audio recordings which are more pure, sort of thing. Because these sound like the kind of recordings you'd get if you were to stick a microphone up to a speaker on the train and record it. You know, they don't come from the actual train itself or the actual sort of source file. They are recordings of recordings rather than the actual recordings used to make the announcement, which is slightly disappointing, to be honest. Because it kind of makes me think, well, if Just Trains can do it, I could literally just jump on a Metropolitan Line train with my phone and record the announcements. Obviously, I'm not saying the announcements on my phone would sound anything like the ones on here. They'd probably sound terrible. But the point is, I would have liked to have seen the actual source files used for the announcement in order to have had it. Now, maybe there's a copyright thing in there. I don't know. I don't know what's been gone on. In order to make the arrangement of the S-Stock Enhancement Pack. But I imagine they would have had to have gone through TfL and London Underground and said, look, we want to make this pack, this Enhancement Pack. It's gonna mean we're making more money off of your licensing brand. Do you allow it to do? So basically,
Harrow on the Hill. Change for Metropolitan Line services to Watford, Chesham and Amersham and National Rail services.
so basically, yeah, they'd have had, I imagine they'd have had to have gone to London Underground anyway. Would it have been much more effort to actually ask for the source files? Like I say, maybe London Underground didn't want to give them away. Maybe there's a copyright in there. Who knows why? We have it. Maybe somebody one day can do a patch that makes the sound slightly better. We'll see. We'll see. It'd be nice. It would be nice. Oh, hello. Oh, nice. Lovely, cool.
This is Harrow on the Hill.
165. Except, of course, 165's. I'm 99% certain now.
This is the last Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Finchley Road.
Finchley Road, see? It's not stopping at Wembley. It knows we're not stopping at Wembley. It's awesome. I love it. Oh, it didn't even open the doors. Oh, that's fun. Not that it should be stopped this far on the platform anyway, but, you know, whatever. So, the question is, who's going to get to Finchley first? I assume this guy. Because we'll have to slow down at, what's his face? Let's get our doors closed and we'll see if we can race him, shall we? Come on, there we go. Nice! And the race is on! Let's go, go, go! Oh, what? He's actually pulling away faster than us? Really? Really? I get obviously he started moving sooner, but surely we've got more acceleration than a diesel. Surely. I know the physics are well off on the thing, but you know, I'd expect a bit more out of this than that. Oh, well. Oh, wait, hang on, is he capping at speed? Oh, he's capped at 30 miles an hour. You can hear the Kuju sound effects kicking in right now. The lovely Kuju sound effects that everybody loves. AB definitely don't need to do an enhancement pack on the 166 at all, no. No, it's totally not something we've been asking for since they literally started doing enhancement packs. No, to be honest, I reckon they will actually do a full model if they're going to. If they're going to do the 166, it'll be a brand new train, I reckon. From the ground up. Look at that. Parallel running. See if we can get a screenshot for the thumbnail, shall we? Something where he's not behind shadows, preferably. There! That might do. That might do. I've got a couple of screenshots. I'll use the best one. The funny thing was, I was actually thinking of making a scenario where I script the sounds and actually writing out the service and making it from the service that I recorded the sounds from, sort of thing. But now Just Trains have been so polite to do this, I don't need to. It's awesome. I've got all the sounds right here, right now, and I don't have to do anything. You know? Announcements are such a key part of flipping London Underground trains. Because they're so common. The stations are so close to each other that the announcements are just so common. So, you know, you can't have an underground train without announcements. DTG, take note for the Bakerloo line. Now, I'm sure it'll come one day. I'm sure the Bakerloo line will probably be one of the first to receive announcements. It'll be nice. I can't wait for the day that we get announcements. Oh, also, this scripting program, interestingly enough, has 2 volumes on it for the announcements. So you got a full volume, normal volume, it's called, or you got reduced volume. Now, the reason for that is because in the cab, you don't get the speaker directly above your head that says where the next station is, and as a result, the announcements are really quiet. You can hear them better from the passenger coaches. You can hear them a tiny bit in the cab, but you can only really hear it in the saloon, in the passenger saloon. So if you want to do it more realistically, you can reduce the volume. I've got the full volume today because I wanted to sort of show off what the announcements can do and all that. Because apparently the reduced volume, which I've not used yet, to be fair, I will use it at some point. It's really hard to sort of hear at the higher speeds, which is what it should be really. It shouldn't be this loud in reality. But, you know, it's nice I put the 2 volumes in. I'm pleased I put the 2 volumes in so that you can hear it sort of more realistically from the cab if you want to. Or if you want to hear the announcements themselves, you can put it at full volume. This is where the train might catch up with us. Oh, here in Neasden, of course. Cool. Fun fact, these sidings on the left of us are now being disconnected from the main line. Apparently they're going to sell off the land and build houses on it or something. So, just a little interesting thing for you. I don't quite know why they've sold the sidings, to be honest. I would have thought they'd be quite a useful asset to have. I get that they're right next to Neasden Depot, which is literally just up here, but at the same time, where's that DMU? Probably won't see him. I can hear some. There he is. There he is. See, he's catching up with us now. So he may go past us, and then I think we'll probably go past him again. We'll see though. Actually, let's go and. Oh, look at that parallel running. He's definitely faster at the moment. He's definitely faster. As soon as it hits 50, I'm gonna throttle up. And we'll see. I think I'm at the back, aren't I? Yeah, I'm at the back. So, and go, go, go! Come on, come on, come on! Off we go. Up to 50. We gotta go. We gotta drop to 40 in a minute, unfortunately, though, for Neasden Station. So. We've got to hope that he's also got to drop as well. Okay, he's still gaining on us. Also, there's a. I'll try and show you this quickly. There's a new model for Neasden Depot, which is nice. It's a lot better than the old one. It's still not quite right, as you'll see if we disappear in here. They've not modelled everything, but it's a lot better than it used to be. I would show you around a little bit better, but of course I've got... Oh, hello. Oh, you're... Oh, hello. One burst. Nice Metropolitan Line train. One in the sidings. Yeah, I've got to keep my finger on E. Actually, you know what? Do that. Right, okay, let's have a quick nose around Neasden. So yeah, all this bit inside the lifting shop is still unmodelled, but they've done some bits of this, so it's nice. It's not quite right, I don't think. I mean, as you can see, there's glass up here, and there's no glass in the inside model, which is intriguing. But you know, also I believe these are all pit roads, so you wouldn't get jacks in here at all. These are wash sheds. This one, I believe. This is also a lifting shop. So there's lots of bits missing, but it's also really nice that there are some bits of Neasden Depot which we can actually go into the shed now. And I assume these shutters lift. I don't know. It might just be that it's localized to just these three. Probably is. But Just Trains have lifting shutters, so who knows? Maybe they've done it. That must be the lathe shop. Is this bit actually up top? Yeah, there's a little bit of an incline up to it. There's a new buffer here though, which is nice. These ones. I love these types of buffers. They're just so weird. They literally just built them out of rails. Spare rails. I love it. It's awesome. And apparently, Neasden also has the second oldest steel-bodied coach in the world. Just a little bit of an interesting fact for you. But apparently they're going to cut it up. I think it's over here somewhere, to be fair. I don't know. It's not been represented on here. No, but apparently... It's, unfortunately, it's for the chop soon. Because they want to get rid of it. Can you see it? Oh, you can see it there. Okay. We're a bit faster than it at the moment. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, they want it gone. And they don't seem to be wanting to sell it. Or give it away, which is a shame. It's a real shame. It'd be really nice if they let a heritage railway have it, or the transport museum or something. You know, don't cut it up. It's the second oldest steel-bodied coach in the world, you know? Can't cut that up. But no, unfortunately, I mean, in fairness, it probably wouldn't survive a lift if they were to lift it out. But, you know, it's a shame. It would be nice to see them try, let's just say. Even if it didn't survive, and it did have to be cut up on site, it would be nice to see them at least attempt to lift it out, than to just say, oh, we're going to cut it up, don't worry. Don't worry about it, it's a wrap. You know? Okay, so he's overtaken us now. We may not overtake him, actually. Depends if we can get above, above about 50-ish. If I remember rightly, this bit of Chiltern main line's quite slow though. So, because it's normally quite hard to get above 50 up this hill, because it's quite a hill up to Woolston Green. I might save the game at Finchley as well. I mean, if the scenario crashes, I probably won't bother restarting the game. Oh, nice fast train. I've got to say fast train. Just a normal Metropolitan Line train, because you don't get slow line trains here, because obviously it's the Jubilee on the inside of us now, which they really need to produce an AI 96 stock. Please, that would have been really nice to have had as part of the upgrade. It doesn't need to be good, really. It could be like the old S stock, the old AIS stock we had for the Cheltenham main line, you know? I mean, nobody really liked the model, but it was there. It was the thing. I want a 96 stock. It doesn't have to have the proper sounds. I just want something to see as I go down here, you know? Something that's not a 73 stock and we don't have to put in ourselves, you know? Default scenarios, give it to them. That'd be lovely. Be brilliant. Please, take note. I don't think it'll ever happen, but it would be cool. Okay, he's actually, I think he's dropped off his speed now, so... I reckon, then, he'll go past us one more time as we approach Finchley. Because we dropped down to 45, but he might drop down to 30 though, I've got a feeling. So, let's see, where is he? back there. Or, right, okay, cool. I realise I'm saying he a lot, it might not be a he. And that's not reference to the driver, that's to the train itself, and, you know. Political correctness. It's the thing I should be following, and I so far failed to follow that, so I apologise. Right. Past another rest stop. Right, slow down for this 50 now. At least we can say we've been up to 60 twice, you know. Cool. Catching up? Oh wow, it's miles away, okay. Yeah, it must have dropped to 30 then. Little bit of flange as we come around the corner. I wonder when it will actually go past. We'll probably be in Finchley when it goes past, I reckon then. There's a what the station's called now off the top of my head now. Oh, West Hampstead, isn't it? Yeah, West Hampstead. Cool. I actually couldn't read the sign. I was trying to read the sign and I couldn't read the sign. But yeah, I think pretty sure it's West Hampstead. West Hampstead. Start slowing down for Finchley.
The next station is Finchley Road. Change for the Jubilee line.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Bit more braking. Bit more braking. I mean, be about 30 mile an hour by the end of the platform. It's normally okay. Unless, of course, you've got a really big downhill section of track. Right. Stop markers on this side. I know that much. And now there's about 4 or 5 different, no, it's probably about 7 or 8 to be fair, actually. That'll do, that'll do. We're in the marker.
This is Finchley Road. This is a semi-fast Metropolitan Line train to Moorgate. The next station is Baker Street.
Ah, see, right, okay. That's interesting, because by this point, they don't say, oh, bye, you've gone in the tunnel or you've gone round to the tunnel. I think Marylebone's actually in this. Epic. Everybody's favourite train. Right there. Oh, we can close our doors and go. Train race complete. We won. We beat it to Finchley. But it will beat us to Marylebone Baker Street though, I imagine. Because this is quite a slow bit of track. But then again, I guess he's got probably quite a slow bit of track as well. I don't know. We'll have a look when we get to Baker Street. I imagine it'll be long before there. Maybe we'll either have a look at the map, see if it's in Marylebone, or we can fly over there and have a look. It's only next door anyway. They're literally right next to each other, Baker Street and Marylebone. Another Met train. Stopped for some reason. Must be a red signal. Unless I'm late in this scenario and it's not working as it should anymore, which also wouldn't surprise me. Oops, my bad. Oh, come on. Yeah, there are definitely quite a few approach controls in here. In this section. I think there's one coming up at the Swiss Cottage, is it? The next station? The disused one that is, of course. I'm pretty sure it's Swiss Cottage. Unless, no, it wasn't the first one Swiss Cottage. Hang on. It was Finchley Road, Swiss Cottage, St John's Wood. Yeah, okay, so that one was Swiss Cottage, I believe we just went past. Right, there's the repeater. Down on the ground there. I'm not sure what the speed past these ones is. I always take them at 5. I think that was our box. Oh, no, hang on, it's gone green. Cool, that must have been our box. We must have been alright. It's probably 15 then. Some of them are variable. Some of them are variable, these approach controls. Well, I say variable. They're not variable to themselves. St John's Wood, I think this one is. Oops. Oops, I didn't mean that. Yeah, I think this station's St John's Wood, so... There's one there. Yeah, no, they're not variable. They're just different speeds. There is a document somewhere online that actually tells you what speeds everything is on this route. What speed pass it is. I don't remember where it is. I might try and post a link if I remember. But I don't remember. I've not sort of read it and memorised it. I've just seen it. So, but you know, thank you to the person who did that. That's really useful. So you don't have to get caught out by these approach controls, because they are a nuisance. I don't know. Honestly, they must be here in real life, or have been before CBTC came in on this section. But I really want to know from somebody who actually used to ride the line. Were the approach controls a thing? Like, did the trains approach Baker Street and all that really slowly, or you know, what was the status in real life? Were they noticeable in real life, or were they just sort of not there? If you know what I mean. Because I know for a fact the ones down the Uxbridge branch are there. I know that 100% because I've seen them myself. 25 limit, right? Okay. There's one right before this tunnel that normally catches me out, down on the ground there. That should change now. There we go. And then there's about 4 or 5 at Baker Street. 2 of them change at the same time, if you get it right. So right before the first signal, I think. You see all them signals up to the 15 limit. All of them, I believe, are actually approach controls. Like I said, the first 2 change at the same time. I'm pretty sure the next 2 change at the same time. No, actually, no. I'm pretty sure they're 2, 1, 1, 1. I think the worst one, probably the one halfway down the platform. Right, there's the box. There's the little box on the ground there. Right, there's the signal. Let's come up to it at literally 5 miles an hour. Slow right down. Yesterday, when I was playing this, I actually managed to trigger every one of these signals to change. Normally, I end up tripping at least one of them because I forget they're there. So we can speed up. See, these 2 changed on there together. And the boxes are literally right in front of these ones. A little bit of route knowledge actually really helps with this section of track as well.
The next station is Baker Street. Change for the Bakerloo, Circle,
Let's get below 5
and Jubilee
when we pass that little box.
For Madame Tussauds.
Beautiful. Speed up again. There's no point crawling along at stupid mile an hour, is there? Might as well speed up between them. As long as you don't forget. That's the only thing. If you do speed up, don't forget to slow back down. That's caught me out a couple of times as well. I've done one and then completely forgotten about the next one. Just shot straight through it. There it goes. Coming into Baker Street. A bit too slow then. It's right in front of it, this one. Don't know if they're 10 mile an hour. I assume they're probably 5 due to the proximity of the boxes against the actual signal itself. Cool. I thought that felt close. That felt close. Right, this one's not an approach control. This one's fine. Never had a problem with this signal. Unless of course there's a train coming out of the other way, but you've got to stop anyway, so just check the signal. It's good practice.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Baker Street.
Oops. Let's
This is a
save the
semi-fast
game
Metropolitan Line
Save.
train to Aldgate. The next station is Great Portland Street.
Lovely. We know that signal's green. Let's get out and look at the beautiful train, shall we? Beautiful model work at the station. This station's lovely, I must admit. They've got everything they need to in. It's all here. All of it. Everything that they needed was here. So, you know, it's perfectly possible to use this, I reckon, for this bit as well. Actually, yeah. We can watch the train go around the corner there, can't we? Bearing in mind that that signal right there is an approach control. There you go. And green jump. It's not quite central, but right. Let's get on with this. Oh, okay. We've already passed it. Cool. Oops. We already passed the box. 15 appears to work for this one. There's a couple more. We can go up to 35. There are a couple more along this section of line. I don't think there are any before Great Portland Street. There's one at King's Cross, I believe. There might be one at Euston Square as well, maybe. And then I think the next one's Moorgate, I think. We're all here to see King's Cross anyway, though. King's Cross has been had its lighting and advertising upgraded.
The next station is Great Portland Street. Change for...
And it does look more realistic now.
Hammersmith City Line services via Paddington.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
I'm coming in way too hot. Way, way, way too hot. Cool, we should stop. We should stop, no problem. Now, it was a little bit too fast for comfort, though.
Mind the gap between
Boom.
the train and the platform.
Boom.
This is Great Portland
That's
Street.
in the white marker. It's not very often you get it right in the, on the line sort of thing, but...
This is a
Actually,
semi-fast Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Euston Square.
okay, it's a bit of overhang on this one. I think that's a real hole, isn't it? I think there's actually a hole in... Oh, no, it's there, okay. Okay, it's right at the end. Fair enough. I really want to know if the Virtual District Line are going to use these assets. I assume they will. It wouldn't make sense... Well, I mean... who knows? They're a bit... They apparently make their route to feel 80s. Even though I think it feels just as good, sort of, in the 21st century. I don't see a problem with it being 21st century either, sort of thing. The only reason why the S7 markers are on the route... apparently is because people were requesting them so that they could drive their S-stocks properly down there. Which is fair enough. I support that notion. You know, even if it is a old period route, it's nice. It's nice. It would have been nice maybe if they'd done one in each period sort of thing. But considering the D stock and the 73 were originally released in refurbished condition, it makes sense for it to be modern period route. There's nothing in there. Oh, the tripcot tester went. Okay, I slightly overshot that one, and I think I missed a yeah, I missed an approach control as well. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's probably this box here. Okay. Okay, we'll tab past this one. that was me talking more about approach control signals. Not talking about approach control signals, I guess was the problem there. I like the artwork on these though. They're there. They're there in real life. No adverts, which is interesting. I like this. I like this. Why has it got a roof on it? It doesn't need a roof. It's underground. Tab. There we go. Let's go. That will get us past the signal just fine, even though it makes no sense because the tripcock arm would still be in the air. That will get us past it just fine. It'd be nice if they added CBTC simulation one day to this train. I don't think it'll happen though. Don't think there's any want for it, from Just Trains at least. I think one of these may be in approach control as well, to be honest. So keep your eyes peeled. I think it's this next one, to be honest. I don't know what speed it was approaching at either, so... That's a wide tunnel. Never realised how wide the tunnel was until we saw that train there. Oh, hang on. We're speeding. We're speeding. I know we're speeding. Don't worry. Bring it under control. Oops. Stop braking. There we go. King's Cross. See, you never saw anything. I was never speeding. I'm also not concentrating on my stop now either. Right, that's an approach control. Right at the end of the platform. There we go. That's gone green. I think it's this side. It's really trippy, this station. The stop marker's on the wrong side. No. No. That didn't happen. You know, you saw nothing. I never opened the doors to the wrong side. No, that didn't happen.
This is Moorgate, King's Cross and Pancras. The next station is
What?
Hillingdon.
Huh? Huh? Announcement? Are you feeling okay?
Very fast Metropolitan Line train to Moorgate. The next station is Hillingdon.
Wow. I've certainly not heard that one before. They're a bit squashed, the announcements. They're all right. They're all right. I think that's a fake train coming in. Yeah. No, it's good though. It looks good. It looks good. Good job. Certainly the lighting's done well. It's a shame that these adverts over here are a bit squashed. But you know, other than that, oh well. Hello. Maybe we can go to King's Cross. Right, let's skedaddle, shall we? I'm gonna save the game here as well, by the way. This is Aldgate, King's Cross and Pancras, or whatever it said. That was interesting. I've never heard that one before. That's probably because I must have closed the doors on the wrong side before the right side was open, or before the announcement had finished. So I think it was trying to play 2 or 3 announcements on top of each other there for some reason. That was quite funny. I like that one. Let's go. King's Cross Old Station, past Thameslink, the little bit where they're both open together. Where's that train? I want to see that train from the passenger view. Oh, no, that's not the train. That's the... There it is! I don't know why I'm making it sound more like a HST. I love this little bit. It always reminds me of the New York subway, you know? Just the lights down it. It's like so prototypical of things you see in films and stuff from the New York subway, you know? It's weird. Down for 25. I should have kept braking, but oh well. Nothing happened. Nothing happened once again. I'm a perfect driver. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Ever. You know? Nothing ever does go wrong. Totally didn't open the doors on the wrong side. No. Definitely didn't mess up the announcements as a result, you know?
The next station is
Where's our signal?
Change
Where is our
for
signal? Okay, cool,
National
it's
Rail
changed.
Services.
You can tell by their little repeater.
Between the train and the platform.
It's a nice model of Farringdon. All of the underground stations are really nice along here, to be fair. You did a good job. Did a very good job. Just Trains. All of the stations are nice, to be fair. All of them. I mean, yeah, there's a few bits you could like, oh, this little bit here is too wrong, but nah, you can't complain. You can't complain. They're great. They're great. The only bit I would like to see is if they made the bit underground at Farringdon. What is that train doing there? Am I genuinely that late that the trains have just stopped running? I don't know how I'm this late. Also,
Mind the gap between
the train and the platform. Yeah, this bit. I would have liked to have seen this bit modelled, because you can't really use it for the purpose of Thameslink and building a route through route. But other than that,
Train to Moorgate. The next station is Ruislip.
oh wait, hang on. Wait, am I early? Maybe I'm early. I can't be early, can I? Because this train's just started moving. Also, I think that's a red signal control. So I must have missed another approach control. Most likely, right? It's been approved, so. It's... oh, great. I can't remember how to drop them bits now. I guess at least I can see my speed and stuff. Eventually. I want a screenshot. Not that. We'll do that. Do it like this. There we go. There we go. There's like
The next station is
something to do with Control Z or something in it. I can't remember. I don't want to press it just in case I mess it up. I'll try it in my own time. Nice! They promised all the hoardings and there'd be a load of bushes on the platform and stuff, and they certainly delivered. Another approach control, I see. That must be the box for it right there. This should be alright. Probably a 10-mile-an-hour one, I reckon. SS, this is a long way out the end of the platform, flipping heck.
This is
Huh, okay.
This is a semi-fast Metropolitan Line train to
Okay, yeah, the scripting on this train is weird. It just kind of dies halfway through the scenario. You're halfway through the barrier, that's fun. You might want to stop looking at your phone and realise that you're actually... we should didn't look at a phone, or stop looking at a phone for long enough to realise you shouldn't be there. Yeah, no, that looks good. That looks better. These planters. Nice, is even there. What's the limit? 40. Cool. Couldn't remember. I was watching the speed on the little bit at the top and I was like, what's the limit? I can't remember. Darn it. Right, we're approach control halfway down the platform, aren't we? No, I can't see. I can't see one on the HUD. It must just be the other direction then. I thought it was both directions. Also, the announcements are out of date. There's no Elizabeth line. And also, you'll notice something in the next stop as well regarding that. regarding that point.
This is Moorgate.
Moorgate! Where's the sign? I can see.
This is a semi-fast Metropolitan Line train to Moorgate. The next station is Liverpool Street.
Okay, so it's pre-Elizabeth line anyway, the route. But you know, it's just funny that the announcements are about 3 weeks out of date when they flipping release the route. It's just I just find that really funny. I guess we'll do a cab shot departure. Limit in the track there. Must be a temporary speed restriction then. I thought it was permanent, but you know, whatever. The board like that must be temporary. Under Finsbury Circus, somewhere around here. Probably about here actually.
The next station is Liverpool Street. Change for the Central Line, TfL Rail,
There you go.
London Overground, and National Rail Services.
Terminating. First building up here is gone, by the way. Just a little random tidbit of information for you. So yeah, it's got TfL Rail as opposed to Elizabeth Line. And like I say, I get the period of the route is like 20 sort of 17, 18, 19 at the latest maybe. But it's quite funny that literally before the route was even released, the announcements are out of date. I overshot that. I missed a approach control. I wasn't concentrating. I was more amazed by the announcement.
This is a semi-fast Metropolitan Line train to Moorgate. The next station is Moorgate.
Do any of the signs actually say TfL Rail? Oh, okay. Textures made by Minecraft. I think Mojang designed them. Tab that one. Right, let's try and do these approach controls properly, shall we? Because there's a couple more coming up. Do the last few. I never seem to get 100% on the approach controls. Like I said, I wasn't concentrating though, so... Did I miss that one as well? Was that the box for it right there? I think that was the box for it there. Approved. Can be really hard to tell where the boxes are sometimes. Is it these two? It can't be these two, surely. Must be that one. Yeah, I think it's that one. These may be 10s, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they're 5s. But I've never noticed trains crawling out of these stations this slow, so it does make you question why they're here when you never notice it in real life. I mean, that station, yeah, Liverpool Street, they do often crawl quite slow out of it, but
When you leave the train, all change.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
well, here we are at Moorgate. Or Moorgate, Aldgate. Oh, that was a good run, actually, you know. I can't believe that the game didn't crash either. It still might crash, but I can't believe it didn't crash so far. Oh, the other train's leaving now. Platform 2. Oh, that was, oh no, that was the S7. Okay. Where's the SA? Here's the SA. Come on. Come on.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Should have lit up, but they didn't.
Where this train terminates, please take your belongings with you when you leave the train. All change.
There we go. It's just unfortunate that you've got to go back in the cab to close the doors, but you know, whatever. There we go. We've reached Moorgate. Here's one of the other buffer stops as well. There's two types. There was one over there somewhere as well. Nice. So yes, that was the Metropolitan Line Enhancement Pack. With the S8 this is. So what do I think of it? Oh okay. Fair enough. What do I think of it? Yeah, do you know what? I think a tenner's actually worth it for what it does to the route. I think you can't really go wrong with a tenner. I mean, if they put it on sale, then even better. But for a tenner, yeah, you get plenty of scenarios. It's like following a sort of operation of the driver throughout the day. 20 miles an hour. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!